Voters in India are choosing their next government in what is the world's biggest election. More than 800 million people are eligible to vote. Voting is held in stages and takes more than a month. All up there, the 930,000 polling stations. The ruling Congress party is expected to suffer major losses. Narendra Modi, the leader of the main opposition BJP, is considered a front-runner for the top job. Thursday is round 3 of the vote, and more than 100 million people are eligible to cast their ballots across 14 states. We've got our reporters in key areas where voting is taking place. Sohail Rahman is in New Delhi, Nidhi Dutt is in Muzaffarnagar, and Faiz Jamil is in Gurgaon. First, though, to Soh in Delhi.
Behind me is one of the many thousands of polling stations around the country. Here in the capital itself, there are 7 constituencies that are voting on one particular day. In the last election, the Congress party held power here, but since the rise of the anti-corruption wave and the party that instigated change in the city, the Aam Aadmi Party, they did very well in the regional elections in December. They're hoping to really make an impact on this national election over the next few weeks, not just here in Delhi, but across the country. As far as the country is concerned, over 100 million people will be going to the polls today, and in a 10-hour window, it's expected that those from Maharashtra in the west to Odisha in the east will cast their ballots, but the results won't be known until May the 16th.
Steady stream of voters coming through this polling center in Shahpur in Muzaffarnagar. Pretty simple process. They come through the lines, have their identification papers checked by Election Commission representatives, and head on off into the polling booth and make their decisions there. Interestingly, a lot of people coming out in this area. It's a sensitive election here. There were communal violence issues here last year. People we've spoken to who have said to us from the local area that, look, some months ago I wasn't quite interested in the election, but since this event happened, I've wanted to have my say, and I want to bring in a government that is going to promote communal harmony, among the other things that many other Indians are talking about, like price rises, like development. So a particular issue here that some of the community have focused on and wanted to express their satisfaction or disappointment at the ballot box. In terms of the situation here, paramilitary personnel have been deployed across Muzaffarnagar to ensure that there is a free and fair and peaceful election, and also local police forces out and about in the local areas. So still many hours to come in terms of people being given the opportunity to vote, and a lot of people here looking forward to having their say.
People here are checking their names against a registered list of voters. Voters have been coming to this polling station in Gurgaon since the polls opened at 7 this morning. Now, Gurgaon is very different than other cities in India. It's very modern, this 21st century architecture, because it's been really built up in the last 10-15 years. But even among the younger voters, even some first-time voters, the economy is not the only issue important to them.
I also wanted a stable government at the center, somebody I knew who would stick to their policy stance, somebody who I knew what their next move was going to be, because for me, I need a stable government for the next 5 years.
Now, just a few kilometers from here, the landscape suddenly changes into a much more rural area. These villages are part of Gurgaon, but they are very different from all this modern architecture here. But even in those villages, having a good economy is important, as they've seen benefits in the last 10-15 years, and they want to see that continue. So whether you are in an urban area or a village, the economy is an important part for whoever forms the next government.